Hello, my favorite 7th graders. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about lesson 18. We're going to be talking about polygons, which are shapes with many different sides, right? Triangles, squares, rectangles, quadrilaterals, all sorts of different things, okay? Guys, I'm on page 92 and 93. And on page 93, there are some really, I'm just going to hold this up, but I have a camera right here. There are some really good charts that I want you to make sure that you have copies of in your notes, okay? A triangle has 3 sides, a quadrilateral has 4, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon. These come up often, and they're gonna come up again in geometry and pre-algebra or in algebra. So you should have those down. Same with this chart down here, where it's got triangle, quadrilateral, all that. Regular versus, oh, not that, I'm sorry, not that one. You don't have to do that one. Actually, that was it. So, okay, so talking about this, the biggest thing that we can do is, so a regular polygon, all the sides are the same length and all of the angles are the same measure. Regular polygon. And poly means many. Gon, I have no idea what that means, but it's probably like in association with the triangle. So like it's many sides, right? So a triangle is a form of a polygon, right? And same with a decagon and hexagon, all that good stuff, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I think you just need to know hexagon, pentagon, octagon. The rest would be good to know. Okay, so that's pentagon is 5. Well, obviously triangle and quadrilateral. You'll definitely need those, especially when you get to geometry. Pentagon is 5 sides. Hexagon is 6. Octagon is 8. It's rare that we do a 7-sided one because it's really hard to draw. So I won't see those very often, but I will see those other ones. So at least in your notes, make sure you've got those ones down. A regular polygon, all sides and angles are the same. Write that down in your notes just so you have it, okay? So guys, when we talk about things, there are 2 other words that I want you to write down. Congruent and similar. Similar angles are the same. Congruent angles and sides are the same. Basically, similar is just what it sounds like. It's similar. You got 2 shapes, they're similar, right? For example, we know that there are 180 degrees in a triangle. This triangle has 180 degrees, but so does this one. And even if those measure, now I haven't drawn it to scale, but let's say that this was 50, 50, and 80, and this one was 80 and 50 and 50. We would call those triangles similar. They are not congruent though, because those sides are not the same, right? So if I said that this was 5, 7, and 8, I'm just totally making up numbers, and that I can't even imagine is an accurate triangle. And I said this one was 5, 7, and 8. If all 3 sides of those are the same, those angles are also going to be the same. Actually, if 2 sides are the same, the angles are going to be the same. These would be congruent. So the difference between congruent and similar is congruent is exact, okay? Corresponding, that's the other one we got to talk about. So if I draw a triangle, let's see. You'll see on page 94. You see these 2 triangles here? I'm going to draw those out. CBA. Now notice the other one is flipped around, right? This is D, E, F. When I'm given 2 shapes and I'm told that they're congruent, I like them to look the same. So imagine that I take this one and I flip it over right here. This D becomes this D here, this E here, and this far off F becomes F here. So when I ask about corresponding angles, which angle corresponds to A? That's going to be D right here. Which corresponds to B? That's going to be E right here. Which corresponds to C? It's going to be F. It's the ones that match up on either side. Okay, so with that said, let's look at, there's some practice problems on page 18, or I'm sorry, on page 95, about halfway down. What is the shape of a stop sign? I want to say it looks like this. No, that can't be right. There we go. I drive and I don't even know what a stop sign. There we go. That looks way better, right? So this shape of a stop sign, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-sided, and you turn back and you look at your chart, right? An 8-sided figure is an octagon. So stop sign is an octagon. I hope I'm right on that. I'm gonna look next time I hold that font. Yeah, Google to the rescue. Yes, it is an octagon. I was doubting myself there. Okay, I should probably buy the teacher's edition at some point with the answers. Or I have the answers. You guys look them up. What do we usually call a regular quadrilateral? What do we usually call a regular quadrilateral? Okay, guys. So I had to go take care of my dog. My apologies. Okay, we were on, what do we usually call a regular quadrilateral? Quadrilateral means 4 sides, right? And regular means all the sides and the angles are the same. So if they're all the same, there's my 4-sided figure that's all the same sides and angles. That's a square. So B is a square. C, what kind of angle is each angle of a regular triangle? So a regular triangle, they're all the same sides, right? This is called the equilateral triangle. What kind of angle are those? Those are acute angles, acute. Are all squares similar? Well, yeah, the definition of a square is 4-sided figure with all the same lengths, right? And all 4 right angles. So yeah, all squares are going to be similar. I've just drawn a couple different squares that are very similar, right? Now, are all squares congruent? No, and I've just proven that, right? Because I have these that are not exactly the same. All right, so referring to example 3, which angle in ABC corresponds to Y? So example number 3 is here. Which angle corresponds to Y right in here, okay? Well, do you see Y is on the other end of the short one? But Z represents the right angle, so that means A represents the right angle here. And the short thing from Y is going to be the short thing here from from A, which is going to be angle B. Referring to example 2, are the angles in figure 2 larger in measure or smaller in measure or equal in measure? So the angles of these two things right here, are they larger, smaller, or equal? Well, take a look at those. Those are all 4 right angles. 4 right angles. Those are equal in measure. All right, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in class. Bye, guys.